I think this is an example of Arkansas doing well and ExxonMobil and NMSI wanting Arkansas to do even better and recognizing that they can make an investment in our people, in our state, in our education system that frankly is justified based upon all of the groundwork and the track record to this point. We are here to recognize Ken and the Department of Education for their leadership and work in this regard. UALR, which has probably done as much as anybody to ensure that we are properly emphasizing AP and training those people to meet those needs. Certainly, as I just mentioned, NMSI and their board chairman and executives who are here are to be thanked and congratulated for their work, not just in conjunction with today's activities, but across the nation and their leadership to try to elevate the quality of our young people's skills to be competitive in an increasingly competitive global environment, particularly as it relates to math and science education. Certainly, Senator Argue and Representative Elliott have provided leadership in conjunction with this, and it's good to see them here as well. We have a board over here. You know, somebody's going to have to figure out how we're going to pay Stacy Pittman some money. She does more stuff free, particularly in the area of education, but not specifically limited to that. And I look up, and now she's on another board that's going to help. But we're here today to, number one, celebrate and thank Exxon for $13.2 million that they're going to provide us over 6 years. As I indicated just a moment ago, I think this is a recognition by Exxon, who's been a leader in this regard, and NMSI, who obviously has been a leader in this regard, of the success of our AP programs to this point. They saw an opportunity for us to be able to take and for them to be able to help us take our AP success to that proverbial next level. And I personally want to thank both of them, both groups, both organizations for what they're doing for our people, what they're doing for our young people, and for their belief and commitment to Arkansas. We are being held up, as you all know, and as we've talked about in months past, as a national model for our legislation requiring AP to be offered in all high schools, as well as for our state's commitment to actually pay for AP exams. I touted a few months ago that New Hampshire tied us, we didn't tie them, for first in the nation in the largest one-year increase in number of students scoring 3 or above on the AP exam. And research has shown that a grade of 3 out of 5 is a strong predictor of a student's ability to be able to have success in ultimately obtaining that baccalaureate degree, that bachelor's degree. The excellence in education theme, I think, that we pursued once we were in this session. I see the Speaker of the House here, and the House leadership, and then the whole House, and then the Senate leadership and the whole Senate were very, very, I think, supportive of the concept or the idea that the first thing we did during our budget discussions, even before I was sworn in and during that time frame between the election and the swearing actual inaugural ceremonies and before we presented the balanced budget, first thing we did was we met over a number of days at the department over at DF&A building with that leadership, and we established what we believe, based upon all the evidence and all of the committee activity and work that the legislature had done in the interim, what we believed was required for adequacy in terms of resources in our state, K through 12. And once we had established that figure on what we thought was adequate, we went above and beyond it, not to the legal requirement of adequacy, but to the moral imperative of excellence. And so we poured even more resources in. They don't need to applaud, but with the rest of you all here, please help me thank the legislature for their hard work. I have trumpeted a theme for longer now than probably many of you care to remember, or in many instances, many of you care to hear again. But it's a theme I think that we can't emphasize enough, and that is that education, quality education, and improvements in education, from preschool to the end of life and everything in between, is inextricably tied to progress and success in economic development. Those two areas go hand in hand and cannot and must not and should not be separated. And so if we are going to achieve the quality of life for our people and give them the economic opportunities that all of us want them to have, we have to continue the push toward improving education. This is another major milestone and step along that road. Now, even though we're going to celebrate today, and even though we're going to thank both Exxon and NMSI for all of their hard work and their trust and their commitment and their belief in Arkansas, we're only going to celebrate for a few hours. And then we're going to continue to strive, because we are not ever going to get to where we want to be if we stop too long and pat ourselves on the back. Celebrate for a little while, and coach, then you get ready for the next game. And the next game is always tomorrow, and we will constantly be striving to improve the quality of education in our state. Thank all of you for being here, and I think we're going to hear from some other people right now.
Thank you, Governor, and my name is Tom Luce, and I'm the CEO of the National Math and Science Initiative, and it is a great day for us as well. And that is because we were formed about a year ago to help directly impact the nation's problems in terms of math and science education in this country. We did it with a tremendous impetus from a lead gift from ExxonMobil of $125 million. But we've been joined also by the Michael and Susan Dell Foundation and the Gates Foundation, because people across the country are coming to the conclusion, finally, that we must do something to improve math and science education in this country. This is a very appropriate day to have this ceremony, because in the New York Times this morning there's a lead column on the editorial page called Innovation Nation, and it talks about the National Math and Science Initiative and how our global competitiveness is at stake in improving math and science education. Now, the concept of the National Math and Science Initiative is simple to state and hard to implement. And that is, to solve a problem of this national scale, you have to take proven programs and take them to scale across the country. To do that, and the governor spoke of it earlier, he said, we didn't need to applaud you all, but we are applauding you because we're here. We need to choose states that we know have the leadership, the commitment of the governor's office, the legislature, the business community, the foundation community, educators, the entire state, to replicate a successful program that can have impact on math and science education. So that's why we're here today. We're here to give you a boost to what you've already started doing. And I think it's so critical that you all understand the success of the National Math and Science Initiative is really in your hands. Our success is going to be simply measured by how successful are the states to which we give grants. This is the first round of grants. Arkansas is in the first round of grants. You should really be proud of that accomplishment. It truly was a statewide accomplishment. You all are being recognized as leaders in advanced placement. And we think we can bring you some new resources. We can bring you some proven programs that can help even accelerate, I would say give a major boost to what you're already doing. And so we're here to say congratulations. We're here to say we want to be your partner. You've got the lead in this project. We want you to build it so it's sustainable after our money goes away. We want it to have lasting impact in Arkansas. So we want to say congratulations, and I think I want to turn it over now to Peter O'Donnell, who's the chairman of the board of the National Math and Science Initiative, and he'll say a few words, then we'll hear from Gerald McKelvey.